Hello, everybody. We are back. Stefan here from Inowize, sales manager here. And today in this Wize Talks episode, we will be speaking with Kenton from Immersive Planets. And today we will speak about why an FEC operator, a future FEC operator, should look at working with a consultant, why FECs and location-based entertainment should look at teaming. At least this is the large perspective. But first things first, Kenton, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. And please share with us a little bit of info about you and about Immersive Planet.
Hi, Stefan. Thanks for having me. It's great to finally speak with you about this. As you said, I work with Immersive Planets. Immersive Planets specializes in the design and developments and management of theme parks, family entertainment centers, and other leisure concepts. As our name suggests, we focus on creating immersive experiences that captivate guests and really make them feel like they've escaped to a new world filled with excitement and adventure. We're located in Barcelona, Spain, and we have our own teams of architects, scriptwriters, artists, engineers, and I've been working as the senior project manager for the past 3 years.
Awesome, thank you. The first question that I have for you, it's helpful in clearing out like the fog that I have around this concept. How are you guys working? What is it like your business flow, the process by which you as designers are working with your customers?
Okay, well, we work very closely with our clients. Those people who want to open a theme park or FEC or design any new concept, really. We start off by speaking a lot with the clients to truly understand what their dream is. Depending on the complexity of the project, we also do a lot of research, including site analysis, competitive analysis, and even study the local culture depending on what country we're working in. Then we combine all of this with our expertise to develop the concept for the storyline, the preliminary master plan, attraction selection, the theming, the characters, whatever. During this phase, we meet on a weekly basis with the clients to tweak the design and make sure everything is progressing to the client's satisfaction. After that, we move on to the schematic design phase. We develop further smaller details such as interior design, lighting design, operations and food and beverages, merchandising. We meet with a client often still, but there's few changes at this point, and we shouldn't need to do much at this stage. The final stage for design is the detail design phase. In this point, we put all the finishing touches on the architecture, theming, audiovisual, operations, safety requirements, and all the plans needed to actually construct the project. From here, we can leave it if the client prefers to construct themselves, or we can take over the process of construction and even the first years of operation if they want.
Sounds huge and very complex. What is like the coolest project that you guys ever did, or that you personally ever got involved into?
The coolest project for me would be the theme park that we're currently working on in the Philippines. It's called Pradera Islands. I have been the project manager throughout the design of the park, and we created a truly unique theme park that is dedicated to the culture and legends of the Philippines and the local region where the park is located. But I also love that every now and then I get to personally develop new games or attractions. I designed a few new games for a chain of FECs in the US and a couple of unique attractions for theme parks, including the state-of-the-art dark ride that will be the feature attraction in the Pradera Islands theme park. It's got high-tech moving vehicles, 3D projections, mists, and animatronics, and an amazing story that's the people of the Philippines and the local region are going to love.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
I'd like us to shift the conversation for a bit on the FEC environment, on the FEC sector.
Okay.
And I'm curious, like, what kind of budget are we looking at for a medium to a FEC?
A medium to a big FEC.
Yeah, to a big FEC.
Okay, so there's a lot of leeway there, but ideally for a small FEC, let's say something like 3,000 square meters,
Okay.
you'd be looking at, let's say, a €5 million investment. But if you go to something bigger, like let's say a Kidzania type with 10,000 square meters venue, you'd be looking more like a €30 million investment. However, because FECs generally have a better ratio of revenue generated by square meter constructed, we often see clients investing less because they're still able to generate a good EBITDA, the earnings before interest and such, to recuperate the investment within 3 to 4 years, which is normally our ROI for FECs.
Okay, and from a development standpoint, as a time frame, how much does it take since the moment you start speaking with your customer, with somebody that wants to open, I don't know, a medium-sized location, and going all the way to the grand opening? How long is this one taking?
That entirely depends on the clients. It depends on how motivated they are with when they want to open. It depends on how much budget they have. You know, the more money you're able to throw at something, the faster things are able to get done. But we work out their time frame with what their demands are. So if they wanted to get it done in 3 years, we do it in 3 years. We've had crazy offers from Chinese companies. China is very difficult to work in because the land is owned by the government. So you need permission to build on certain pieces of land, and you need to have you need to start constructing as soon as you get the go ahead. So everything is done very quickly, or at least it's been done very quickly from our perspective. So companies have thrown large budgets at us and say, we want this in 6 weeks, this phase, and then another phase in 3 months. And it's just, with the right budgets and the right motivations, anything can be done very quickly.
Okay, with the right budget and the right motivation. But
yes,
when you don't have the budget, what will be like? Go on.
Well, if let's just say a normal budget, it's also just going to depend because clients have their own expectations about when they would like to open, because they've been thinking about this for a couple of years now already. By the time they speak with us, mostly, it's been an idea growing in their head. They've been speaking with investors. They've already picked out the land that they want. They've done a bit of research on their own. There's usually a few weeks of speaking with us to know who we are. You know, we give them a few options, but then once they decide they want to work with us, then we take about it really depends on the type of project. We take about 6 to 8 weeks to do some research and come up with a concept, and then go from the phases from there. So we can develop something within a few months, and then opening depends on construction.
Okay, this kind of makes me ask, have you ever done a project on a tight budget, on a low budget, but a project that once completed had that amazing wow factor, something that totally amazes the guests, but handled with a very low budget?
Well, it's not open yet, but one example that would fit that description would be the theme park that we're constructing in the Philippines, Pradera Islands. That's a good example of what we can do with a low budget. So we designed this regional theme park by dividing it into different phases. The first phase will open in May of 2022.
Okay.
And it will consist of about 10 hectares. The investment for this was under $30 million US dollars. So as I told you before, that's the price of an FEC. Now this includes construction. We designed a top of the line unique dark ride, and the client gets to keep their own IP for the characters created. So it's a really good deal for them, and it was a big success for us to be able to do the job with such a small budget. When it opens, it's going to be a huge wow factor. It's going to be something very unique in the Philippines.
Okay. Looking at the world right now, it's no secret, it's madness, it's challenging, it's unprecedented, and so many other words that everybody's using, and I don't want to use them anymore. What is the environment right now for the amusement industry from your perspective, and Immersive Planets as well?
Okay, well, right now, the amusement industry is a mess. So global lockdowns are really hurting theme parks and FECs and businesses in general. I think Disney laid off something like 28,000 people in their parks, I read the other day. And in terms of new business, we lost an entire year. Well, not lost, but it was strained because of the cancellation of the IAPA shows. This year we were supposed to go to Macau, Beijing, London, Orlando. It would have been a very fun year. And that's all been postponed for another year. So we'll hopefully be able to go to those places in 2021. Even so, for us, it's not that bad, as we have long-term projects that we're working on, and many clients are still coming to us to invest now in the design so that they can open by the end of the pandemic.
Okay, so what kind of locations are currently being built at the moment?
Okay, so we have the theme park in the Philippines that I told you about. We have a couple of FECs in the East Coast of the United States. We have resorts in Brazil and a sky deck at the top of a skyscraper in El Salvador. All of these projects are currently under construction. In the design phase, we have a lot of different projects like a resort in Kenya, a museum in Germany, a couple of concept parks dedicated to Hasbro and the Smurfs in the Middle East, and a few events in the Middle East as well.
Okay, it doesn't sound very bad. It's actually nice. Congrats for all the work behind those.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, but as a general idea, what do you see in the short term as the future for location-based entertainment construction? Are right now being built something like a modern-looking location, more like a modern approach, kind of a center, something high-tech, futuristic? What's the direction on this side?
Well, in terms of the construction for local businesses, in the short term, the hygienic protections are going to be the primary concern. These businesses will need to take into account social distancing and maximizing revenue with reduced occupancies. One trend we're seeing is virtual waiting lines, so that people don't have to physically wait in a line that takes so much space. They'll have an app on their phone or receive an SMS to let them know when to come. And we've also seen a focus on cleaning. We've just recently partnered with a laboratory that developed an antimicrobial coating that works on all surfaces for months, and it will kill the coronavirus on contact. It's a new venture for us to help make the entertainment industry a bit safer. But in terms of design, we see a greater interest in futuristic experiences, advancements in technology of virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality, and so on, are allowing us to create new experiences mixed with any combination of theming, whether it be something in outer space or in a jungle or anything like that. Facial recognition is in fashion now. We're also looking at modular attractions that can be customized to different venues and create unique guest experiences.
Okay. Now, I know that you guys have a huge focus on theming. That's like one of the major pillars that Immersive Planet is based on. How important is theming for the FEC sector, for example?
Theming is incredibly important. It sets the stage for the experience for the guests. They need to feel that they're in a completely different world, experiencing something that they can't get anywhere else. Otherwise, in our point of view, why would they ever leave the house? You know, they have Xboxes and PlayStations at home. A good design in theming will make or break any entertainment center. Okay.
Getting close to our last question, at least my last question. And Kenton, what will be your advice for anyone that wants to start a career, a center, an activity in the amusement and entertainment industry?
Well, my first advice would be to come talk to us. We love what we do, and we're good at it. There's no replacement for talking to someone experienced in a field. If they want to start a career and come work for us, we're always happy to hire more people. We have a large amount of employees depending on how many projects we have, and we're always adding more people, and it's just such a fun environment. We play around all day. We love what we do, and it's really great. If you're talking about somebody who wants to create their own FEC or any project, and they want to go at it alone, then they should definitely join IAPA. IAPA has lots of resources for research and contacts for everything that they're going to need. I really miss the IAPA shows. That's where we get to see the latest trends, the latest attractions, and meet a lot of people. It's where I met you.
We met, exactly.
Yes.
And hopefully we will meet at another IAPA next year. We shall see.
Yes, where will be the first one that you'll go to? Will it be Macau or maybe in our home of Barcelona?
Probably Barcelona. Not sure yet.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, because this is being held in our backyard, I'll definitely show you around.
I'd love to. Okay, we're done. Kenton, thank you very much for the time and for taking part in Wize Talks today with us. Once again, looking forward to seeing you anywhere when the time allows.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm sure that we will speak again. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure talking with you.
For me as well. Take care.
Bye.